So let's proceed to the main topic. I will be presenting my slide. Just one moment. I will be presenting the SWOT analysis. Okay. Okay, so we will be having a sample of a SWOT analysis. This is based on a 5-year strategic plan. This is the SWOT analysis of Victory Liner Incorporated, one of the popular bus companies here in the Philippines. The SWOT analysis is also developed taking into consideration the pandemic, okay, COVID-19, and of course the recovery, no, from the pandemic. Okay, so we incorporate that in our strategies. It's just a simple example, not very complicated. Victory Liner is a Filipino-owned business. Okay, so it's been in operation since 1946, right after the war. Okay, it started as a small truck business, and then later on grew into a very very big transportation business. Okay, so it's a Filipino-owned company. Okay, so the mission of Victory Liner is we move people better, safer by providing timely and efficient quality transport services. So a mission statement is something that the company can accomplish. It can do it right now. No? So with its present resources and capabilities, it is something that you can act upon. So the mission of Victory Liner can really be accomplished. Okay, moving people better and safer, and providing quality transport service, and it is guided by the company vision statement. The vision of a company is its dream. It is something that the company envisions the company will be in the years to come. So the vision of Victory Liner shall be the leading transport company of choice in the Philippines. That is what it wants to become. Okay, someday, to be the leading choice when it comes to riding a bus, going home to the province. Our business is to satisfy our customers, uplift the lives of our employees, very good, provide maximum returns to our shareholders. This will make investors very happy, I'm sure. And of course, contribute to nation building. So they want to play a part in developing the economy of the country. We know that very well, that the transportation industry is an important resource and contributor to economic progress. Corporate values are diligence. Diligence, you're hard worker, you're a hard worker, you work hard, no, you are very resourceful. Okay, that's becoming diligent. Excellence, medyo mali lang ang spelling, sa website galing to, hindi ko tinype yan. Excellence is of course pursuing perfection. Integrity is doing things properly, honestly, even when people are not looking. Okay, so even though there is no regulation, no, you strive to do what is right. That's having integrity. Now to the SWOT analysis. Okay, so what is the SWOT analysis? SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And you will be presenting your SWOT like this. It is in a grid format. Okay? So the strengths are here on top. Ito yung strengths. Ito yung weaknesses on top of the grid. Okay? So these are the columns that make up the grid. The rows that make up the grid are, we have the opportunities here, and then the threats here. Okay, so you just list down the strengths, the weaknesses of the company, and you examine the external environment of the company, and you list down opportunities and threats. Okay? So let's talk about strengths. So the strength of the company is the company's unique ability to outdo and outcompete, no, its rivals in the industry. So if you can do things better in relation to your competitor, then this thing that you can do is considered a strength. A strength should be something unique, something that is difficult to replicate or duplicate. Okay? Something that your competitors will be having a hard time trying to copy. So it has to be unique. Okay? So being unique in how you do your business is a way of differentiating yourself from the competition. And using your strength means you can use this as a competitive advantage over your rivals. The strength can also be a source of your value proposition or USP, unique selling proposition. No? So the unique strength can become a source of competitive advantage, a source of your value proposition, and your unique selling proposition. No? So in other words, you are able to fulfill the promises that you make to your customers. Now, what are the strengths of Victory Liner? So it is listed here in the strength quadrant. So number one, they offer deluxe buses to Baguio. Deluxe buses are an upgraded version of the bus. So it's like the sleeper bus. It's more comfortable. You can sleep. You have comfortable chairs. You can incline the chairs in such a way that you can sleep better. There is a bus attendant who will be assisting you. They offer snacks. There is Wi-Fi. There is source for your music. No, I think there is an input for your headphone jacks. You can charge also your batteries because I think it has charging ports. It has a restroom and it travels non-stop. Okay, so you get to your destination faster. Popular deluxe buses offered by Victory Liner are the ones that travel to Baguio City. Another strength of Victory Liner is that it offers more trips to the north. It is the most preferred bus, in fact, going to Baguio because they offer 24/7 trips. Every hour, there's a Victory Liner bus leaving Baguio to Manila and vice versa, Manila to Baguio. Okay, so they offer a lot of trips. They're also the bus company that actually offer more trips to provinces in the north. Okay. They have very nice bus terminals. Many of their, not all though, many of their bus terminals have been renovated. The bus terminal in Baguio City is special because it is linked to a hotel and linked to SM Baguio City. Okay, so it has one of the best terminals there. It has also what we call brand heritage. Heritage and legacy and a company history can be a strength. This is something that cannot be replicated. No? If something, uh, if right. So as I was saying, if your company, your brand is well known, has been existing in the market for a very long time, people recognize it, they respect it. So you have brand history, brand heritage. This is something very difficult to replicate, like Louis Vuitton, yan, Rolex. No? These are brands that are very respected. Coca-Cola, they've been around for a very long time already. Okay? Now, after listing down the strengths, we proceed to weaknesses. Weaknesses Number one, poor safety record. Number two, old buses. Number three, poor terminal maintenance. Okay, simple weaknesses. Now, of course, in order for you to find weaknesses of the company, you have to do a lot of reading and researching, no? Because weaknesses are actually, they're internal, just like strengths, no? So you really have to do some investigation about how the company operates. Okay? So Victory Liner has been a victim, no, not victim, has been involved in many accidents already. Ideally, if you are a transportation business, you should have zero accidents. Oh, di ba? You do not like that, of course. So Victory Liner has to improve on that. Also, they have old buses. Well, some of their buses are new, but many are already old. They have to get rid of that and upgrade their fleet. Number three, poor terminal maintenance. Although some of their terminals are quite modern, many are already old and requires renovation. Okay, so it has to be upgraded, updated. Okay, so poor terminal maintenance. Now, when we speak of strengths and weaknesses, no, remember that they have to be unique. Okay, read a lot, try to investigate how the company operates. And by the way, strengths and weaknesses doesn't pertain only to the end product or the service that they are offering. Try to look at strengths and weaknesses in their operations, in their cash flow, in supply chain, no, in waste management, how they train their people, leadership weaknesses also. Okay, so this can all be part of strengths and weaknesses of a company. Now let us proceed to opportunities. Okay. So opportunities and threats, no, are external in nature. So you have to analyze the external environment. That means it is very much related to the STEEP analysis. Look at the things going on in the social, technological, economic, ecological, and political environment of the business, and look for opportunities and threats. When I say opportunities and threats, class, to investigate or analyze the external environment. What in particular are we looking for? You look for opportunities that will make you money. You look for opportunities that will attract more customers. You make more opportunities that will solidify and improve your brand. These are all opportunities. If you find opportunities to make more money, find opportunities that will make customers flock to you. No? People buy your product. If you find an opportunity to solidify your brand, these are opportunities. Okay, so what are the opportunities in the market of Victory Liner that they can take advantage of? Number one, of course, the lifting of quarantine measures. Okay, so that means there will be now more people who will be traveling without any restrictions, and people of all ages are now able to travel. Okay, and it is the hope that everybody, of course, will be traveling in public buses without any, worry that they will become infected or it's going to be risky. Okay, so this is the lifting of quarantine measures. Okay, so that's already we are experiencing the opening of the economy once again. So this is an opportunity for Victory Liner. Actually, not just for Victory Liner, no. Many businesses will welcome this opportunity. Number two, the increase in cargo deliveries. Now they are actually been exposed to the opportunity of delivering cargo. Although many times already they have been delivering vegetables, no, from Baguio, from the north, going to Manila. But now they realize that there is opportunity in delivering parcels as well. Okay, so because of the pandemic, people cannot just transport goods and commodities. So now we have seen bicycles, computers, laptops, even home appliances being delivered via bus companies. So Victory Liner has now seen an opportunity in this. In fact, if you look at their websites, there are some promotional features, marketing campaign that are related to cargo deliveries. So they see this opportunity, and this will not go away. We have already integrated delivery into the economy. This is now part of our lives. Okay? So ayan. So there is an opportunity to make money in cargo deliveries. Number 3, health and safety measures can be a selling proposition. This can be a unique, well, not unique, but it can be a very important selling proposition if you're a bus company, because you will be able to sell safety, sanitation, and health in traveling. So if you can prove that your bus is the cleanest, your bus is the safest, you follow health protocols, this can be a value proposition. This can be a very important competitive advantage. No, you can use it as a strength. So the health and safety measures being imposed by the government, even though restrictions are already lowered, I think Victory Liners should continue the practice, right, of keeping travelers safe. And if they can do this, this can be part of their branding. So there is an opportunity in being healthy and practicing safety measures. Yeah. Okay. Next, revenge spending and revenge holiday. Yes, di ba? Rush to spend to make up for lost time. Yun, di ba? Nanggigil ang mga tao sa shopping, sa pag-travel. Okay, manggigigil sila. Kaya for the next couple of months, actually, it's expected that for the next couple of years, no, this is a 5-year strategic plan. So probably up to the next 3 years, no, we will be experiencing a spike in holidays, in vacations, in shopping, in check-ins in hotels, in bookings for bus companies and airlines. Eh sa ano pa lang klase, sa Manila, sa Manila Bay pa lang. 'Di ba? Maski yung Dolomite Beach eh. Diyos ko naman ano. Pati ba naman 'yun eh pinagtiyagaan na rin. Oo, 'di ba? Sa sobrang gigil. Oo. Sana walang nag-swimming, no? Oh, 'di ba? So that is expected when the restrictions for the pandemic is lowered. Revenge holiday spending. That's an opportunity to make money. Okay? Now let's look at the threats of the environment, business environment to Victory Liners. So pandemic-related issues will remain. Like there is a fear of resurgence, so that will always be a threat to Victory Liner. The transfer of the EDSA terminal, because there will be no more terminals in EDSA, that will be disallowed. Victory Liner has many terminals in EDSA. They have to close. And all of them will be transferring to a main hub, a main terminal that will be provided for by the government. So in other words, this is going to be difficult because there will be a lot of customers who will have to travel far, much further in order to access the service of Victory Liner. You see? And Victory Liner cannot differentiate itself from competitors in terms of having the best terminal because they will be having a common terminal. So it takes away the opportunity to differentiate and to use the terminals as a strength and competitive advantage, especially if they renovate, start renovating. Another threat is more competition. Today, there are more people with cars. There are vans that travel provinces also, travel to Baguio. And there are airplanes that travel to major destinations in the north, right? Ilocos, Batanes, Tuguegarao, Cagayan. So, these all pose a threat to the operations of Victory Liner. Now, if you look at the middle part of the grid, no, you look at these quadrants. No? There are four squares here, right here in the middle. They are the intersections of the SWOT. Okay, so let's look at this first quadrant here in the opportunities and strengths quadrant. In the opportunities and strengths quadrant, this is where we will be devising strategies wherein we will be using our strengths to take advantage of opportunities. Okay? So basically, the four quadrants at the middle of the grid is where you will be placing your strategies. You make use of your SWOT and develop your strategies. Okay? So let's look at the opportunities and threats quadrant. So first strategy, we promote cargo deliveries to several northern provinces. So we have discussed the opportunity there, no? The opportunity in cargo deliveries. We use our strength number 2, offers more trips to the north. See that? To take advantage of that strength. We label that S2-02. So this is a guide for us as well. We are taking advantage of opportunity number 2. We will use strength number 2 to take advantage of this opportunity. Okay? Now, the second strategy you will notice is, okay, we use our deluxe and sleeper buses to Baguio and promote it as a form of health and sanitary travel. So that's strength number 1, deluxe buses, and we are using it to take advantage of opportunity number 3. Health and safety measures can be a selling proposition. So we can offer that, no? So that's a strategy. Number 3, another strategy would be partnering with Baguio hotels or the local government to provide aid for passengers that require health certificate, no, health documentation. So we take advantage of our bus terminals. That's S3. So our bus terminals can actually be a point where we can, we can have a desk or an office there where people can help you process your health documents. Okay. So we take advantage of our bus terminals in order to, or rather we use our bus terminals, strength number 3, to take advantage of opportunity number 3. Okay. Being health and safety measures can be a selling proposition. So if we can have that in our terminals, this is also a way of attracting customers and telling them that traveling with Victory Liner is safe and very convenient. Okay, because they can give you additional services. Strategy number 4 is focus on heritage, like coming home after the pandemic can be a marketing campaign. Diba? So when we say you're going to the province, diba? Usually in Filipino, we say, uuwi ako sa probinsya. O, kailan ka uuwi? Diba? Umuwi naman kayo. Ibig sabihin, diba? Bumisita ka naman sa bahay. O umuwi ka naman sa bahay. O, diba? Yan ang ibig sabihin. So it's a Filipino tradition. So we can incorporate the brand, the Victory Liner brand, which is very Filipino, very recognized, to this culture, this tradition of coming home. So after the quarantine, more people will be coming home. We can devise some sort of marketing campaign or advertisement based on this idea. So we make use of our strength. Number 4, the brand legacy of Victory Liner. And we can use this to take advantage of more people coming home, opportunity number one. When you make your strategy, you just make sure that you use your strength, in other words, and you take advantage of opportunities. That's for quadrant. That's the first quadrant here, quadrant, opportunities, and strengths. Now, the next quadrant would be here at the bottom. Let's discuss the strengths and threats quadrant. So in this quadrant, we will be using our strengths rather, and we will be using it to protect ourselves from the threat. We will defend our business from the threats using our strength. So the first strategy here is we will be marketing deluxe buses and the Baguio terminal as a safe and sanitized form of travel. Okay, so Baguio terminal can be a sanitized zone and health zone. Our deluxe buses can be promoted as the safest and healthiest way to travel to Baguio, okay, or other destinations. So we are using strength number one to take advantage of threat number one, di ba? The pandemic is still around. The threat of resurgence is still present. So we can use this strength to reinforce the fact that traveling safely is very important. So you might as well travel with us and use our deluxe buses. The next strategy is to digitalize. So we use our strength, offering more trips to the north, especially to Baguio. And we use it to defend against the threat of T2, T3, the transfer of the terminal, having a common terminal, which is very far. And of course, more competition. So the only way to compete is, of course, by using technology. If we are very, very digital, like we create apps also in our mobile phone so that customers can book through their mobile phone using the Victory Liner app. If the terminals, the buses are Wi-Fi, okay, I think even though the terminal is very far, people will be choosing Victory Liner. And people might reconsider riding in vans or just driving, going to provinces, reconsider if Victory Liner is more comfortable and they offer digital connection. Okay, so we can make a strategy using this strength S2 to defend against threat T2 and T3. So pwede yan, class, no? So makikita nyo dito, one strength can actually defend against multiple threats. Pwede yan. Number 3, we can market the heritage of Victory Liner. Okay. So again, well, actually, makita nyo yung itong S1T1, itong S1T3, no? Under the threats and strength quadrant. Very similar to strategies that were mentioned already in this quadrant, in the opportunities and strengths quadrant. Okay lang din yun. Okay? Because some strategies can be applicable in multiple squares. Okay? So, pwede yan. So, we can use the heritage of Victory Liner to defend against T3, against more competition. Ayan. The next quadrant will be the opportunities and weakness quadrant. Okay, so in the opportunities and weakness quadrant, now we are going to develop our weakness to take advantage of opportunities. So we will be improving ourselves. So the first, we can see that the first strategy here is to develop some sort of fund. Actually, we will be using the revenues derived from the opportunities and strengths quadrants. We will be using this fund to upgrade terminals, build new terminals probably, And of course, upgrade the fleet of buses, purchase new buses, or finance new buses. Okay? So we are tackling again multiple items, no? You see here that we are improving W2 and W3, this one and this one. And we are taking advantage of 01 and 04, 01 and 04. That's opportunities number 1 and opportunities 4, multiple opportunities. So again, pwede yun, no? So you can create a strategy that can solve or apply to multiple weaknesses and multiple opportunities. Okay? The second strategy is extensive training for health and safety measures. So employees, personnel will be trained to improve service operation. So again, we are improving the safety record of the company by doing this. No? So that's W1. And we are trying to solve, or rather trying to take advantage of 03. We take advantage of this 03. Health and safety measures can be a selling proposition. Okay, so if we improve our training, that means people in our company, our personnel, will be more aware, will be more health conscious, will be more aware of safety measures, keeping customers healthy and safe. The third strategy, train drivers for safety, install digital tracking, brake control, speed control devices. These are digitalization measures. So it's similar, again, very similar to the previous quadrant, yung threats and square quadrant. We mentioned a strategy about digitalization, remember? So pwede yun, no? So similar to that strategy, by using this strategy, we are actually improving W1, safety record. Okay, pag meron kang automated brake control sa mga bus, may speed control, may GPS, may digital tracking, merong mga, yung mga widescreen for, you see all around the bus. Diba, meron ganyan ngayon eh. May mga ganyang gadgets ngayon, you install it in your vehicle, no? Parang mga camera yon. Nakikita mo yung mga blind spot ng bus. Oh. So you can install that if you install that in your buses will be safer. So hopefully you will be improving safety record, and at the same time you will be taking advantage of opportunities 01 and 04. Ito yon, no? The lifting of quarantine measures and revenge holiday. More people will be riding your bus if it is safe. So the last quadrant is the threats and weakness quadrant. So in this quadrant, we improve our weakness and protect the company against threats. So the first strategy is to train drivers in health protection and safety to improve the brand. So you want to improve the brand. You want the brand to be a brand representative of safety. So we are improving again weakness number 1, and we will be protecting ourselves from this threat, no? The threat of the pandemic. There might be another resurgence. But if drivers and personnel are well trained in terms of health protection, safety protocols, this will make customers safer. So hopefully it will defend against any pandemic resurgence. Another strategy is the renovation of terminals and purchase of new buses. Again, this strategy is similar to the previous quadrant, but that's okay. And you will see that it applies to multiple weaknesses and multiple threats. So we are improving weakness W2, old buses, and weakness W3, poor terminal maintenance. So we have to renovate and purchase new buses. And by doing so, by improving these weaknesses, we are protecting ourselves from the threats T2 and T3. The transfer of the terminal, the closure of EDSA terminal, and the opening of the main terminal, and of course more competition. So if we have better terminals, better buses, no, I'm sure people don't mind that the EDSA, there's a new EDSA common terminal. You have to walk further or travel farther towards that terminal. They will still be choosing Victory Liner, okay? Because their terminals in provinces are better and their buses are new. And this will also defend against competition. Now, class, in the development of the SWOT analysis, it's very important that you create teams. Probably you assign somebody who will be reading about strengths or gathering strengths, somebody who will be reading articles and gathering weaknesses. Somebody should be reading about opportunities, gathering opportunities. Somebody will be reading about threats and gathering threats. That's how you do it. Okay? And then you brainstorm. You meet and then you share what you have collected. And then somebody, of course, all of you rather, all of you will be contributing to devise strategies, and then somebody be writing down the suggested strategies. That's how you do it. Okay. If you can find weaknesses and strengths beyond the end product, much better. If you can find weaknesses and strengths about cash flow, investment, about supplies, sources of raw materials, logistics, supply chain, training and process methodology, time-saving procedures. Uh, you take care. God bless you and your family. That ends our lesson for today. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe and God bless.